Is the clutter taking over your home? That feeling of stepping into a space and feeling the weight of accumulation and disorder? I know exactly how that feels. For a long time, I lived surrounded by items I didn't even remember I had. Overstuffed drawers, cabinets that barely closed, and that constant feeling of suffocation. One day I got fed up. I was tired of spending hours searching for things, of buying duplicate items because I couldn't find what I already had, of feeling like my home was a storage unit rather than a sanctuary. That's when I discovered the answer lay in simplicity, in the conscious choice of every object that enters our home. Today, I'm going to show you how I transformed my home using the principles of minimalism to create spaces that breathe and bring me peace. It's not just about throwing everything away, but about intentionally selecting what truly matters. Let's explore together how to turn suffocating environments into spaces of tranquility and purpose. I started with the most obvious place, the closet. Each piece I removed made me question why I was holding on to so many clothes I never wore. T-shirts from years-old events, pants that no longer fit, uncomfortable shoes that just took up space. I realized I only wore 20% of what I had, and the rest was there out of attachment, fear of needing it one day, or simply out of habit. So I decided to create a simple system. If I hadn't used it in the last 12 months and it wasn't something truly special, it was time to let it go. It was hard at first, but with each bag that left my house, I felt a growing relief. I realized I needed much less than I imagined. The same thing happened in the kitchen. How many mugs, plates, and utensils do we accumulate that we rarely use? I removed the duplicates and kept only the essentials. When I organized the cabinets, I discovered a liberating truth. The less we have, the easier it is to keep everything in order. I started to value each item for its function, not for its quantity. In the living room, I removed excess decorations. Each item now serves a purpose, whether functional or simply to bring me genuine joy when I look at it. The space feels more open and welcoming. Natural light flows better, and as a result, my mood has improved too. The bathroom was another transformed space. Products had piled up, many half-used and others forgotten. I cut down to the essentials and created a system where everything has its place. Cleaning has become easier and faster, and the feeling of order lasts longer. In the office, papers were accumulating uncontrollably. I established a filing system for what I truly needed to keep and digitized the rest. I discovered that most of the documents I had saved would never be referenced again. A cleaner workspace brought mental clarity and increased productivity. This journey taught me that minimalism goes beyond aesthetics. It's a conscious choice to question every new item that enters our home. What is its purpose? Do I really need this? Do I have space to store it? Will it bring me lasting value, or is it just a fleeting impulse? I've learned to value quality over quantity. A single well-made item that lasts for years brings more satisfaction than several cheap items that break easily. This change has affected my shopping habits, making them more intentional. I started researching more, waiting before acquiring something new, and often the impulse would fade. Creating space between objects has also been revealing. The Japanese refer to this as ma, the empty space that allows everything to breathe. This concept taught me that emptiness doesn't need to be filled. On the contrary, it brings balance and harmony. Each corner of the house has gained its own breath, and this has mirrored in my mind, which now also has more space for clear thoughts. The organization became simpler when there was less to organize. I started using intuitive systems. Each item has its designated place, easily accessible for those who use it. Daily maintenance turned into small adjustments, no longer large reorganizations that consumed an entire weekend. Letting go, which at first seemed daunting, became liberating. I realized that many objects held memories, but the memories were within me, not in the things. I photographed sentimental items before passing them on, preserving the memory without the physical bulk. Other items were given to people who truly needed them, bringing a greater purpose to what once just took up space. My relationship with cleaning also changed. With fewer surfaces covered, cleaning became faster and more efficient. Dust has fewer places to accumulate, and cleaning products are few and multifunctional. The house stays clean for longer, and daily maintenance takes minutes, not hours. I established simple routines that maintain order, 5 minutes in the morning to make the bed and organize anything out of place from the night before, 10 minutes at night to prepare the kitchen for the next day, putting away clean dishes and clearing off surfaces. small, consistent actions that prevent the buildup of clutter. The entrance of the house gained a system to keep outside mess from invading the home. A spot for keys, another for mail, a hook for each family member. Things no longer spread throughout the house. Each item has its designated spot as soon as we walk through the door. The change also affected how I receive guests. Previously, I would panic at the thought of someone seeing my home. Now, a small adjustment is all it takes for everything to look presentable. Shame has given way to pride in the space I've created, a reflection of my conscious choices. I realized that each area of the house has its own rhythm and needs. The bedroom calls for tranquility, minimal stimuli, and soft colors that invite rest. The kitchen requires practicality, an intuitive workflow where every movement is efficient. The living room seeks comfort and connection, a balance between functionality and coziness. The seasons have started to influence small changes in the decor. In winter, there are more textures, maybe an extra blanket. In summer, more open spaces and light fabrics. These small adjustments bring freshness without creating excess. A vase of fresh flowers can completely transform a space without adding permanent bulk. I've developed the habit of regularly revisiting closets and drawers. Every 3 months I conduct a small evaluation. What hasn't been used? What is excess? What is missing? This cycle keeps minimalism alive, a continuous process rather than a one-time goal to achieve. Technology has also become part of this process. Digital files organized, emails answered and archived, photos selected with only the meaningful ones kept. Digital minimalism has brought the same lightness as its physical counterpart. Fewer notifications, fewer distractions, and more focus on what matters. My home has become a reflection of my values, not trends or consumerism. Each item tells a story, has a purpose, and brings joy or utility. Nothing is there by chance or social pressure. This authenticity has created a deeper connection with my space and with myself. Visual silence also has its value. Walls with few pictures, shelves with empty spaces between objects, tables with free areas. These breathable spaces allow the eyes to rest and the mind to process less information, creating a sense of calm that I previously only found in spas or retreats. I learned the importance of creating zones in the house, a specific spot for reading, another for meals and another for work. Each activity has its dedicated space, with only what is necessary for that function. This brings mental clarity and helps to separate the different moments of the day. Minimalism has also affected my relationship with time. With fewer things to take care of, clean and organize, there's more time for experiences, for people and for simply being. Free time is no longer consumed by endless household chores or the pursuit of more possessions. I discovered the beauty of intentional repetition, a set of dishes that match each other, table linens in the same tone, clothes that form a capsule wardrobe where everything coordinates. This cohesion brings visual harmony and eliminates the fatigue of daily decisions about what to wear or how to set the table. Friends and family noticed the change. Some were inspired and began their own journeys of simplification. Others didn't understand immediately, asking if I was going through financial difficulties or if I had lost interest in beautiful things. Over time, they saw it was actually the opposite, a conscious choice for more quality and less quantity. Impulse shopping has practically disappeared from my life. Before acquiring something new, I ask, where will I store this? What will I remove to make space? Will this object bring real value to my life? These simple questions filter out most unnecessary purchases. My definition of luxury has completely changed. Luxury is now space, time, tranquility. It's opening a cabinet and finding exactly what I'm looking for without having to rummage through piles of things. It's having a home that serves me, rather than living to serve the upkeep of the house. Gratitude has become more present in my life. When we have less, we value what we do have more. Each item is acknowledged for its worth, and its purpose is appreciated. This gratitude spills over into other areas of life, creating a general sense of contentment that no purchase could provide. I've developed a more sustainable relationship with consumption. I buy less, but I buy better. I consider the entire life cycle of each product, from materials to manufacturing, from use to disposal. This awareness brings responsibility and a connection to something larger than my immediate space. I now realize how spaces influence our well-being. A disorganized bedroom hinders sleep. A cluttered kitchen discourages healthy meal preparation. A chaotic office makes concentration difficult. Each organized environment supports a different aspect of a fulfilling life. Simplicity has become a core value. It doesn't mean deprivation or austerity. Rather, it means clarity and intention. It's about choosing what truly matters and letting go of the rest. It's about creating space for what brings meaning and purpose, whether that's an object, an activity, or a relationship. The process of detachment continues, even after years of practice. There is always a new layer of simplification possible, a new level of awareness to be reached. Minimalism is a journey, not a destination. Each step brings more lightness, more clarity, more freedom. My home now reflects who I am, not what society expects me to have. Every item has been chosen consciously, and every space has been thoughtfully designed. This authenticity brings a sense of belonging, of being at home in the deepest sense, a harmony between the external and internal space. If you're starting your simplification journey, remember, start small. Tackle a drawer, a shelf, a corner of your home. Celebrate each small victory. Progress, even if slow, is transformative when accumulated over time. Consistency matters more than speed. Question the consumption standards imposed by society. Do we really need so many options, so many versions, so many things, or have we been conditioned to believe that more is always better? This critical reflection is the first step toward more conscious choices and a more intentional life. The organization that lasts is the one that's simple to maintain. Complicated systems fail over time. Seek intuitive solutions that work with natural habits, not against them. The best organization is the kind we hardly notice, which flows naturally with our routines. True minimalism isn't visually perfect like in magazines. It's functional, personal, and tailored to real life. It has room for imperfections, for change, and for growth. Don't seek aesthetic perfection, but rather authentic functionality that serves your unique life. And remember, it's not just about objects, but the mindset behind them. Minimalism is a lens through which we view the world, questioning excess in all its forms. This clarity extends to relationships, commitments, and information, creating a life more focused on the essentials. The home I've created now serves me, rather than me serving it. Every object, every space, every routine has been designed to support the life I want to live. This inversion is powerful. We shift from passive consumers to active creators of our spaces, and by extension, our lives. The path is individual. What works for me may not work for you. The important thing is to find your own balance, your own meaning of enough. Minimalism has no strict rules, only an invitation to greater awareness, more intention, and deeper meaning. If you're ready to get started, know that every little step counts. Each item you let go frees not just physical space, but mental space as well. Every conscious decision strengthens your ability to choose what truly matters. And in the end, it's not about having less. It's about making room for more of what you really value. What will you start transforming today? Share this blessed video so it can touch and help others like you and me. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of our faith community. If you wish to support our channel a little more, consider becoming a member of our channel. I'm leaving 2 more videos here for you to continue your search. Thank you, and may God bless everyone. See you soon.